Can your machine do this? This machine just went through 14 layers of heavy denim fabric and 40 layers of cotton fabric. If you need a machine that can keep up with you and go through heavy, dense fabrics, you need to do your shopping, but you have to prove it to yourself. Take your fabric to your local store, go shopping, test the machines, and make sure the machine has the piercing power that you would expect it to have. So we are working on a Husqvarna Designer Epic 2, and I will tell you the Epic 1 and the FOF Creative Icon will all do what I'm about to show you. They have a piercing power of 150 newtons. Now, I didn't know what a newton is, so I had to kind of go look it up, but pretty much it is a lot more than most of our other sewing machines. I'm going to show you something that this machine is just going to actually love. I am going to take the fabric and double it up so many times that it will actually say I can't put any more layers in because the foot height is actually not allowing any more fabric underneath it. It'll just say I can't handle the fabric. It's not that I can't sew through it, it's just the foot physically is not high enough. Now I tend to have some very, very thick denim on hands. If the machine decides that the layers under the needle are so dense, it will start to pulsate and actually work its way through the fabric. It's a little scary the first time you see it. And actually everything I've done today has not required it to do that pulsating look, but it's pretty amazing just to watch it sew through so many layers. First off, I have lengthened the stitch length to 3.5. You would do that anyway if you're sewing on heavy fabric. So let's just start with this heavy denim. Currently I have 4 layers to start with, but then over here I've got another set of 4 layers. Right now, I'm going to fold it in half. So 4 plus 4 is 8. So if I go ahead and set 8 on top of our 4 here, we can go ahead. And what's really nice too is when I start to stitch, if I stop with the needle down, the Husqvarna Vikings will lift the foot up. Now I can lift that a little higher just to help me get that fabric in and underneath the foot. So right now we are going through 12 layers of denim. So I've got all my layers. I've got the 4, the 4, and the 4 all going, and listen to that. It just wants to stitch right through it. Now for fun, I'm going to just take a couple more layers from underneath here and slip them in. Let's see if the machine will let me do that or if we have reached its maximum height. Oh, look at that. Wow. And how about, why don't we try that once again? Just kind of slip that underneath. We're making a mess, but look at it. Nope, that's where the message says that's a little bit more than it could handle. And it's not that it can't push it through. Again, it's just the foot thickness of those layers have gone past what it can handle. Now let's do it with the cotton fabric. We'll start off with 2 layers. We'll double it for 4 layers. Double it again for 8 layers, yes. Again for 16 layers. And why don't we just flip that all the way up to the top there for a total of 32 layers. We're going to slide that in. If you need to, lift up the foot a little higher, which on this machine, it actually lowers the feed dogs down as well. So it makes it really easy to slide underneath that presser foot. Now you can definitely hear that it's going through a lot of layers. Let's see if we can just slip a few more in underneath. There's 2, there's 4, there's 8, and we'll just see if we max out on that number or if it'll just keep on going through it. Wow, that is amazing. If you've ever had to hand turn your machine through a thickness of fabric, you can appreciate the piercing power of this machine. You need to prove to yourself that the machine you're about to buy is going to perform to the level you expect it. So if you work on a lot of handbags, you go through a lot of layers, you do a lot of mending, these are things you need to shop for when you're looking for your next machine.